didn't notice 100 until I stopped looking for numbers. That's the irony of it. For years, I'd been hunting them. 61 in a motel room, 74 in a basement, 88 in a mirror. They followed me, or I followed them. I couldn't tell anymore. I'd become a collector of digits, a connoisseur of countdowns. My friends thought I was obsessed. My therapist thought I was delusional. Maybe they were right. Maybe all the numbers were just figments of a mind that couldn't sit still. But then they stopped. Not gradually, suddenly. One morning I woke up, and the clock said 7:15, not 7:11, just 7:15. I made coffee. The temperature read 182 degrees and 88, not 77, just 182. I drove to work. The odometer said 47,431, not 47,474, just a normal number. The world had gone quiet. The whispers had stopped. The cracks in the walls had healed. For 3 whole weeks, I lived without a single number haunting me. And that's when the silence became unbearable. I hadn't realized how much I depended on the numbers. They gave me a rhythm, a purpose, a reason to get up in the morning and count. Without them, I was just a man in an apartment with too much time and too little meaning. I started to miss them, the way you miss a toothache after it's gone. The absence was its own kind of pain. I went back to the places where I'd first seen the numbers. The motel with the pulsating walls, the house with the staircase that spiraled, the basement with the bell. All of them were gone, replaced by parking lots and chain restaurants. The numbers had moved on. They'd found new people, new stories, new hauntings. I was yesterday's news, a ghost in my own obsession. That's when I found the letter. It was in my mailbox, tucked between a pizza coupon and a bill. No return address. The envelope was thick, cream-colored, watermarked with a symbol I'd never seen. I opened it. Inside was a single sheet of paper. On it, written in elegant script, were 3 words: 100. Begin. I laughed. A hollow, bitter laugh. After all the chasing, after all the doors and mirrors and clocks, they wanted me to start over? From 1? I crumpled the letter, threw it away. The next morning, it was on my nightstand, smooth, uncrumpled. I burned it. The ashes spelled 100 on my kitchen floor. I vacuumed. The ashes reappeared in my bed. I understood. The numbers weren't done with me. They'd just been waiting, resting, preparing for the final act. 100 wasn't a beginning. It was a summing, a total of everything that had come before, and I was the one who had to total it. The dream started that night. I was in a library, not a normal library. A library with no books, just shelves. Thousands of shelves stretching into darkness, and on each shelf a number, 1 through 100. The numbers were not written, they were objects. Small, glass, they glowed with a faint amber light. I walked down the aisle. The numbers hummed as I passed. A low, resonant hum. The hum of a universe that had been counting since the beginning of time. At the end of the aisle, a desk. On the desk, a ledger. The same ledger from the dream of 97. The one with all my broken promises. But this ledger was different. It was empty, not blank. Empty. Like all the words had been erased. Like the promises had been kept or broken so many times that they'd lost their meaning. A figure stood behind the desk. Its face was a blur, but I knew it. I'd seen it in every dream, every doorway, every mirror. It was the collector, the counter, the one who tallied the numbers and weighed the stones. 100, it said. The number of the sum. You have collected 99 numbers, 99 stories, 99 wounds. Now it's time to add them, not with a calculator, with your heart. Each number is a scar. Each scar is a lesson. Each lesson is a piece of the person you've become. You are not haunted by numbers. You are made of them. I asked what I was supposed to do. The figure pointed at the shelves. Touch each number, it said. Feel it. Remember it. Let it become part of you, not as a weight, as a thread. A thread in a tapestry that has been weaving itself for 100 lives. When you have touched all 100, the tapestry will be complete, and you will see yourself, not as a victim, as a whole, a sum, 100. I walked to the shelf marked 1. The glass number was small, faint. I touched it. A memory flooded in, not my memory, a memory of a number. The first time I'd seen a number that wasn't just a number. I was 7 years old. My grandmother's clock. The one that always read 111. She says it was an angel number. I didn't believe in angels, but I believed in the feeling. The feeling that something was watching, something was counting. I touched number 2, a memory of a street address. 22, the house where my first dog died. The number on the mailbox seemed to mock me. 2 twos, 2 deaths, 2 goodbyes. I touched number 3, a memory of a hospital room. My mother's face, the machines that beeped, the number 3 on the heart monitor, 3 beats, then silence, then 3 more. I kept touching. Each number was a door. Each door opened to a room. Each room held a memory, not just my memories. The memories of the numbers themselves, the places they'd been, the people they'd haunted, the stories they'd told. By the time I reached 50, I was crying, not from sadness, from recognition. I had been part of this tapestry all along. Every number I'd ever seen had been a thread. Every moment of fear, a knot. Every moment of wonder, a color. I was not separate from the numbers. I was their sum. I touched number 61, the motel, the key, the door that breathed. I felt the cold linoleum under my feet, the hum of the neon sign, the weight of the number on my chest. It was no longer heavy. It was just a thread, one thread among many. I touched number 74, the frequency, the radio, the voice that spoke from the static. I heard it again. 74 is the number of the listener. But this time, I wasn't afraid. I was the listener, and the listener was also the speaker. The number was a conversation. And conversations, they just change form. I touched number 88, the mirror, the double, the swap. I saw my reflection step out of the glass. It smiled. I smiled back. We were not enemies. We were 2 sides of the same sum, 2 halves of the same 100. I touched number 99, the homecoming, the field, the versions of myself melting into me. I felt them all. The soldier, the mother, the child, the old man. They were not separate, they were me. Threads in the same tapestry. I reached number 100, the last shelf, the last glass digit. It was larger than the others, brighter. It pulsed with a light that was warm and cold at the same time. I reached out, my hand trembled. I touched it. The library vanished, the shelves vanished, the figure vanished. I was standing in a field, the same field from the dream of 99. But this field was different. It was not empty. It was full of people, thousands of them, millions. They were all the numbers, all the stories, all the lives. They were not haunting me. They were welcoming me. A voice spoke, not from the field, from inside me. 100, it said. The number of the whole. You have counted every number. You have touched every thread. Now look at it, not with your eyes, with your heart. I looked down. My body was gone, not in a scary way, in a peaceful way. I was light. I was thread. I was part of the tapestry. Every number I'd ever touched was a stitch. Every story I'd ever heard was a color. And the pattern was beautiful. Not perfect, beautiful. I woke up in my bed. The morning light was gray. The clock on my nightstand said 7:15, just 7:15. But I didn't need numbers anymore. I had them all. Inside me, not as obsessions, as parts. Parts of a whole that I had finally accepted. That was a year ago. I still see numbers, everywhere. But I don't count them, I don't fear them. I thank them, because they made me. The motel, the house, the gaps, the bell, the staircase, the mirror, the ledger. They were not curses, they were teachers. And I was a slow learner. But I learned, finally, after 100 lessons. I learned that the numbers were never outside me. They were always inside, waiting to be counted, waiting to be touched, waiting to be woven into a tapestry that only I could see. You have numbers too. Everyone does. You might not see them yet. You might not hear them. But they're there, in the clock that stops at 6:1, in the receipt that totals $7.77, in the license plate that follows you home. They are not warnings. They are invitations, invitations to look closer, to feel deeper, to understand that you are not separate from the universe. You are a sum of everything that has ever happened to you, every joy, every loss, every number, 100. It's not the end. It's the realization that there never was an end, only a sum. And you are the sum, beautiful, imperfect, whole. I am whole. Not because I stopped seeing numbers, because I stopped running from them. Now it's your turn. Next time you see a number that feels wrong, don't look away. Look closer, touch it. Let it teach you. Let it become a thread in your tapestry. And when you have collected enough threads, you'll understand. There is no curse. There is only counting. And counting is just another way of saying, you are here. You have been here. You will be here again. 100. The sum of everything, including you.